vast world of One Piece, getting your name out there and known to the masses is very hard. Due to there being so many new names and faces popping up everywhere, it's hard to keep track, but one man was able to do it all by himself. And I think by now everybody should know who I'm talking about, but if you don't, but hold on, wait, before I go into the video, I need to put you guys up on something real quick. See that's YouTube telling me that 88% of you guys haven't subscribed to the channel even though you're viewing the videos. Now usually this is where I would be like, oh, subscribe, but I'm gonna give you an ultimatum here. And the ultimatum is, if you enjoy this video, you like and subscribe. I'll be doing many more videos like this since this is the second part of a series that I've started. I've already done Sanji's part and it's here up on the screen. I'm gonna put it in the description as well. And that's literally it. If you like it, like and subscribe. I also do make other content, so yeah, you can check that out if you want. But that's the end of the promo. Let's actually get into the video. Now, Zoro's introduction is probably one of the coolest in my opinion, since we don't actually see him, we hear about him and then we see him. When we first hear about him, he's described as a demon and immediately that paints a picture in your head. And when I first heard this description, I thought, oh, maybe he's a massive man with horns since they call him a demon. But when we see Zoro for the first time, he's a regular man who's been starved to death and punished. Immediately, Luffy goes to meet him, and from his first conversation with Luffy, he sets the tone and we all know who Zoro is. Zoro is a man who would rather die than give up. If he can't reach his goal by giving up, then what's the point of even starting on it? And this point is only reaffirmed when we get to Baratie, and I feel like this is the perfect time to segue into Baratie. So far in the story, Zoro's been very laid back. I mean, yeah, he's been pretty serious here and there, but he hasn't been serious to how he was post-time skip or even just later on in pre-time skip. But that all changes until Baratie comes around, and Baratie was a key and pivotal arc for Zoro's character as a whole. At the start of Baratie, everything was going smoothly, but that was until Gin arrived, then bringing Don Krieg, and then Don Krieg led Mihawk to the Baratie. This is when a scene that I will forever remember was created. Zoro telling Sanji only he can insult himself due to the vow he made to himself a long time ago shows his willpower in this scene. And this isn't the only showing of his willpower in this arc, he has many. Shortly after this moment though, a fight would take place, and this is where Zoro's drive would change forever. Zoro vs Mihawk was a major point for Zoro, and although he didn't win the fight, he won our hearts, and most surprisingly, Mihawk's. In that situation, many would have given up on their dreams, but to Zoro, this was only a greater push to get him to that next level. This was a beautiful moment and an event that made Zoro realize he wasn't doing enough, and from this, Zoro changes his laid-back swordsman attitude to someone who's on guard and cold. Don't get me wrong though, Zoro can still have fun, but after this event, the only thing that's on Zoro's mind is booze, protecting his friend, and ultimately surpassing Mihawk. That means even if everybody else around him thinks he's doing well, he hasn't done enough since he hasn't surpassed Mihawk yet. So until he surpasses Mihawk, he's not doing enough. And this is one of the sole reasons why he trains. Yes, another reason is to protect his crewmates, but ultimately it's to surpass Mihawk. He knows that Mihawk is a monster, so he'll do everything to become that monster as well. Although I did go a little bit off track there, it can show you how one moment can change everything for a character. So let's go on to the next arc. Arlong Park for Zoro was pretty rough. I mean, just look at Arlong's face when he saw how badly Zoro was beaten up. And this arc only goes to prove my point even further when he only thinks of Mihawk when he is struggling. He knows that if he gives up, he can never reach Mihawk's level, so he will forever continue to push himself forward. But nevertheless, he defeats Hachi and allows himself to rest up. And yeah, he doesn't really do much between then and Whiskey Peak. I mean, he does have the Sandai Kitetsu moment, but aside from that, he doesn't really do much until then. But when Whiskey Peak does come around, he does something really, really good. Yeah, Zoro literally shows Baroque works why they could never have hired him. A little garden, Zoro's will was emphasized even more. While everyone was stuck because of Mr. Free, Zoro was like, oh, I'll cut off my leg, it won't be that bad. And then proceeds to hack away at his leg, like bro, relax. But as stated multiple times before, his will is unshakable and this scene only proves it further. But aside from that, Zoro doesn't really do much. I mean, he does have a cool scene with Smoker and does start a little feud with Sanji on Little Garden, but he doesn't really do much until Alabasta's finale. Most of Alabasta has passed and we're now down to our second to last fight, Zoro vs Mr. One. On my first watch and even my reread of this fight, I can happily say that this is my favourite Zoro fight by far. From top to bottom, this fight was flawless. From Zoro lifting up the building to him finally being able to lock Haki for the first time, this fight was pure perfection. From his interaction at the bar and to Blackbeard, to him avenging Chopper and then fighting against NL, I loved how Zoro was utilising these arcs. Now I know what you're saying, hey, what happened to Water 7? And I'll be honest, he doesn't really do much, kinda. I mean, I definitely have one of my favourite scenes from him in Water 7 where he's talking to the crew, or I won't say to the crew, I'll say to Luffy, saying to stand on business. And I love this scene because it shows that Zoro is there to keep the crew grounded and keep Luffy grounded most importantly. But enough on that, let's talk about Enies' lobby. Although this fight isn't one of my favourites, after rereading it, I can appreciate it. It's gimmicky and does have a few cool moments, but at the end of the day, we all remember it for these two great scenes. Ashura! Ichibugen! Temera kubi da sou da. Those two scenes are iconic to say the least, and it leaves Zoro in a very good spot in his lobby. And now that that is done, let's get onto the final arc of this video, and an arc that holds one of Zoro's greatest moments. Thriller Bark was a very amazing and important arc for Zoro as he picks up one of his most iconic swords, Shisui, from his ancestor, the sword god Ryuma. And after acquiring his sword, he then fights his heart out against Oz, to then only have to fight another opponent when he thinks everything is done. And usually this is where people be like, oh, let me give up. But no, Zoro saw this and was like, I can't have my pride trampled on, I will fight until the bitter end. But this was until Kuma proposed something, and it was for a simple price. If he can take all of Luffy's pain, he will leave. Just after taking a little bit of Luffy's pain, Zoro is huffing and puffing, but this will not stop him. Also, I'd like to mention that I know I haven't focused on his loyalty to Luffy in this video, and that is for a reason, I say for another video, but I'll quickly go over it here. Zoro taking all this pain is a massive testament to his loyalty to Luffy, as at the start he said he would never give up his dream for Luffy, but now he's quite literally giving up his dream for Luffy. And that makes this moment a million times more impactful, and why I believe this is basically Zoro's greatest scene in my eyes. What makes this scene 10 times cooler is the fact that he says this cold ass line when Sanji finds him. And just like that, through sheer will and determination, Roronoa Zoro escaped death. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, you know what to do, like and subscribe. And if you didn't, then why are you even here? Like, but yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be making more videos in this series. I think next I want to go over Luffy and Nami, but the only reason being I haven't focused on characters like Nami, Robin. Okay, I think Robin I should be able to do really easily, but like Nami, Usopp, and the others is because I have to do a lot of rereading. And there isn't a problem with that. It's just the fact that my schedule right now is very, very tight since I want to upload a lot of videos and I'm going on holiday soon. So I think I'll get back to those videos when I come back from holiday. But for now, I think my next video before I do go on holiday may be on Luffy. Rereading these panels and things is very nice since I do love reading One Piece. Now for Brook, I actually don't know what to do for him since he's only for one arc and then Sabaody happens, and I don't know if you guys have figured it out, but I'm saving a massive video for Sabaody because I want to do like a whole crew video. So yeah, but I don't know what I should do for Brook. So if you guys want me to do a video on Brook, say in the comments, but if you don't, then I'll just leave Brook's video. I'll only do 8. Frankie would even be a little bit of a weird one since he only has Water 7 and he's... No, I think I can do a lot for Frankie. I think I can do a lot. But for Brook, he's only got like one arc. That video is going to be like 5 minutes. So yeah, that's basically it. I love you guys, and I'm out.